Welcome to another video from EarnPed.com. I'm StevieB. Happy to have you all with us today. Let's take a couple of sips to get started. I'm in Cyclops Depths here on Calypso. And the problem with this instance is it is quite a ways away from just about anything. So once you get out of the instance, you've got to really go through quite a bit of trouble to get back to a teleporter, to get back to an auction house, to get back to a repair terminal. So because of that, I brought some goodies with me. And today I want to look at them in the video because it's part of the game that I think a lot of players don't really pay attention to or really don't seem to have much use for. However, it's stuff that really comes in handy if more people even knew they existed. So, if I go to my tools, this right here is a portable TT unit. It's exactly what the name implies. It is a trade terminal that you can carry with you. Notice it is limited in nature, so it only has so many uses, then it burns up. Full TT is 20 ped, and every time you equip it, that goes down. This is a portable repair unit. Also 20 ped full TT, also limited, also goes down every time you equip it. So, what do you want to do? Ideally, you only want to equip these things when you really need to use them. You don't want to equip them and unequip them all the time. So, generally speaking, the value on the portable repair units is about 160%, and you can see that about 1,000 ped a week is sold, give or take. So, quite a few of them sell on auction. The portable TTs go for about 140% to 145%, and you can see also about 1,000 ped per week sell on auction. So fairly useful items to have in game. Lots of players do indeed find them useful to carry. They are super convenient. However, there's a lot more players that don't even know these things exist. So a portable TT, exactly what it says, it's a trade terminal you get to carry with you. A portable repair unit is exactly what it says. It's a repair unit that you get to carry with you. So why would you want these things? Why wouldn't you just go to the unit that's nearest you? Well, let's say you're in an instance like Cyclops Depths, where I'm probably close to 3,000 meters from the nearest teleporter. I'm 3,000 meters from the nearest set of terminals. So for me to even have to leave the instance, go out there, get to the terminals, and then get back, it's going to waste a solid 10 minutes of my time. And since I plan to be here for a while, since I plan to camp this out, I want to make something easy. Well, the repair unit takes care of doing things like repairing my weapons, and the TT unit takes care of things like TTing the TT food whenever my weight gets too heavy. So, like pancreas oil, markup of 101.5% or 101%. High definition GUI components, markup of essentially 101%. The basic stone extractors actually do have markup. Those I will actually keep. But needless to say, I'm going to be TTing a lot of pancreas oil and a lot of these units over here. These surface hardener components, 104%, 105%, but it's very, very difficult to sell these on auction because you get stacks that are so huge, it could very easily be more than sells in an entire week. You can see that we've sold about 1,000 TT worth of these surface hardener components in the past week. What if I've got 3,000 TT worth by the time this hunt's done? So some amount of those will end up being TT food. Now, there's a lot of people that will say, well, yes, but isn't that 1% on the pancreas oil worth it? Yes, it is. And that is huge whenever you're talking about overall returns, loot returns, TT returns, blah, 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 blah. However, right here, right now, unfortunately, I have to give up that 1% if I want to be able to stay here and make this convenient place. So what is worth more to me? That 1% and losing 10 to 15 minutes of my time, or being able to utilize that 10 to 15 minutes of my time. So it's kind of a risk-reward trade-off question at that point. So that being said, that's a whole different subject for another day. But point being, I brought the portable TT unit because I can buy ammunition if I need ammunition. I can sell the loot that is weighing me down if my weight gets too heavy. All with my portable TT unit. I brought my portable repair unit so that I can repair my items when they need repair. So at the moment, the weapon I'm using needs repair. It's down below 1%. It's almost gone. So I'm going to whip out the good old repair unit. I'm going to hit equip. And notice that as of right now, it still has full TT value, but I'm going to hit E to activate it, and that TT value is going to go down. So I hit E, and sure enough, it went down by 7 pec. So it cost me 7 pec to equip it. So now I can equip, or I can repair whatever I want to repair. So I'm going to start by simply repairing my weapon. So now my weapon's fully repaired, and I don't need to repair my amps. Let's check the armor. I could repair it. I'm not going to, because that's not a high priority for me right now. But needless to say, anything that I want to repair, now's the moment to repair it, because I don't want to shut this user interface until it's repaired. As long as I have that user interface open, I've only spent that 7 pec. In this case, that's all I need. I don't want to shut this user interface, then open it again, waste 7 pec, shut it, open it again, waste 7 pec. So now that I have everything repaired that I need to repair, I'm going to go ahead and hit G to close it out, unequip, and now you can see that my portable repair unit has a TT value of 19.93. So it cost me 7 pec in order to be able to use it. Now, it does require paramedic to be able to use level 7 bare minimum, learning period 7 to 12. That's a whole different story for a whole different day. And if we look at the TT unit, requires paramedic level 5, learning period 5 to 10. So that's a whole different story for a whole different day, but we're just going to leave it there for right now. And that is a portable repair unit and a portable TT unit in a nutshell. So the reason I showed you guys that is these are two things in game that we have that a lot of low and mid-level players don't even know exist. In fact, there's quite a few higher level players that don't even know these things exist. I would say that if you talk to the average player has either never heard of or never used a portable TT unit or a portable repair unit. And like I said, I think the big reason for that is either they don't know they exist at all, or they don't understand why you would even want them. Well, there are a lot of reasons. What if you are out in the middle of absolute nowhere and you're planning on camping out there, like I am? What if you're in an instance that is 3,000 meters away? Now, I mean, I could use my teleport chip and just teleport twice, but again, it's a time thing. If I'm truly camping, do I want to take the time to leave the instance, teleport all the way over there, use the terminals, teleport all the way back? Plus, this is a particular instance that is kind of a pain in the butt to get in. The particular area where this instance is, you've got to go into the middle of the Calypso volcano, and then once you're in the middle of the Calypso volcano, it's like 3/4 of the way up the volcano on a ledge. So it's a real pain in the butt to even get to. It's not like you can just waypoint it and teleport directly to it with a teleportation chip. I'm sure you could if you had the exact waypoint, but it's still just such a pain in the butt. Even in the quad, I have to essentially lower myself down into the center of the volcano and spin around in the quad until I'm sure that I see it exactly right, until I'm sure I know exactly where it is that I'm going. So because of that, it's just so much easier. There are also some weapons in game. The Improved Justifier is one of them. I think that thing has got over like 100,000 uses. So if you had that thing at full TT and you're out there and you're grinding away, 100,000 uses is a lot of uses. That's a very long hunting period. So you very possibly are going to be out in the middle of absolutely nowhere. You might not be 3,000 meters from civilization. You might be 100,000 meters from civilization. There used to be an ability to use portable trade terminals in lootable PvP. I do not know if that is still possible. I know it used to be possible. So there were players who would get portable trade terminals to take them into lootable PvP with them. In case they ran the risk of getting killed, they would just TT all their loot rather than lose it to another player. I have heard that that was deactivated. I'm not 100% sure on that. But needless to say, there's more than one use for it. And give me a second, because this was just looted today by Eve. I'm actually going to make a video over this fairly soon, but I wanted to get the link first and check it out. She looted the DOA Strikehammer Improved Twin Edition. Max TT value 4,300 PED. That's insane. 112.7 DPS, 77.9% efficiency. That's ridiculous. That is absolutely some insane stats right there. But needless to say, I think there are a lot of people that would use the portable repair units and the portable TT units if they understood that they were even an option, if they understood that they were even out there. And I think a lot of people just do not know that they even exist, or if they do know that they exist, they really don't understand what their purpose is or why you would want to use them. It's mainly a convenience thing. Like I said, there are other uses, but sometimes it can come in extremely, extremely handy just to not have to go all the way back to civilization for something. This is a game where we tend to not value convenience over money. Most people in game tend to value the money over the convenience. They don't value the time over the money. People will spend hours and hours and hours sweating versus just going and depositing $5. So it's kind of weird. In real life, we don't do that. In real life, our time is much more valuable. In game, our money is much more valuable. However, there are times that certain tools are to be used. Whenever you see those kind of numbers, 1,000 PED TT value of both portable trade terminals and portable repair units being sold every single week, you know what that tells me? It tells me that the people that are buying those are probably full-time hunters, people who are grinding out this game hours and hours and hours a day. Those are not casual players. Those are not people who play once a week or once a month. Those are players who are probably grinding on a daily basis, if not a weekly basis. And when they grind hard. So that's a good thing. I would love to see those numbers go up, because that's good for the game. That's good for the economy. So I wanted to get that out there because I want to try and make videos where I show you guys stuff that new low-level and mid-level players may not even be aware of in-game, or may not be aware of the real functionality of something in-game, something that could potentially be another tool in your wheelhouse for you guys to use as you take your journey skilling through Entropia, trying to get to the highest levels of the game. At the end of the day, you may never use a portable trade terminal. You may never have a use for it. You may never use a portable repair terminal. You may never have a use for it. However, at least knowing what they are and how they function and kind of what they do and a little bit about them, it's another weapon in your arsenal, and maybe you never use it. Maybe you go 10 years without using one. But then maybe one day you suddenly find a reason to use it. If you know about it and understand how it works and what it does, you're ahead of the game. Heaven forbid you would come upon the day where you actually did need something like a portable repair unit or a portable trade terminal, and then you didn't even know they existed, or you didn't understand how they function and kind of what they do. Then you'd be up a creek without a paddle, right? So the more we know about the game, the more we know about the stuff in game, the better off we are. So I will leave it there for today. That's kind of the down and dirty over portable repair units and portable TT units. These are both crafted items. I actually made my portable TT unit several months back, and then I made my portable repair unit right before I came over to this instance. I had the blueprint sitting in storage. I had about 100 clicks, maybe 150 clicks of it, and it is a blueprint that requires sweat as an input, and I just happened to have all the inputs I needed. So I was like, hey, I don't even need to buy one. I can just bang one out real quick. And sure enough, my first click was a success. 20 PED, full TT, I was good to go. So it is something to look at from a crafting aspect too. We'll cover that in future videos when we go over the blueprints for them, but I'll leave it there for today. Sip, sip, smack, smack, y'all know the rest. Head over to earnped.com, because when you earn, we earn, by far the best way you guys can support us. And simply using the link on earnped.com to go to hideout.tv will automatically make hideout.tv a redemption option for your earnped.com points. Guys, be sure and hit all 3 of those buttons, the subscribe button, the bell icon to be notified of new content that we post, and the like button on every video, because when you do that, YouTube will give us more exposure. They will put these videos in front of people who are into PC gaming, MMOs, or real cash economy games, and a lot of times it's the first time that person's ever heard of Entropia. A lot of times those people end up becoming part of the community and part of the economy later on because they get that exposure and they see those videos. So it doesn't just help us, it doesn't just help the game, it doesn't just help the economy, it may help you, because that person that sees the video because you hit those buttons could potentially be a trading partner of yours in the future, could potentially be a society mate of yours in the future. So whenever you do these things to help us out, it has the potential to really help you guys out too, but we still appreciate it more than we can say. I'll leave it there for today. Sip, sip, smack, smack. I've got more coming for you. Take care, Stevies.